Originally, my mother, her injury happened in Wisconsin. And unfortunately, it was just, there were a lot of complications. And while she was getting treatment in Wisconsin, unfortunately, the prognosis for her, at least with the other physicians and everyone working with her, was pretty bleak. Many of them did not believe she would recover, and if anything happened, they believe she just would need 24-hour skilled nursing care. Just really no hope. So I knew that for me, I always believed in my mother, but I knew that I wanted to get her to North Carolina where there would be better resources. So while we were fundraising and just trying to get the resources to get her there, I started looking and doing my research as with regards to whether neurologists, doctors, all of the things and opportunities that she could have. And I came across Precision Brain Center, and I started looking at the website, looking at the reviews, doing my research, and I thought to myself, this might be a really good opportunity. At the time, I will be honest, didn't know 100% about functional neurology, but I knew that you know, I wanted to give my mother the best chance possible to have the best recovery and to get her life back. So for me, after doing my research, I felt like this would be a good fit for her. Well, my mother, she's a woman of faith. And so she was attending a church conference and unfortunately fell. And it was later discovered that she had a brain bleed. So she had a craniotomy, and unfortunately, immediately after the craniotomy, there were complications, in particular seizures, stroke, and she ended up having to go on a ventilator. And so that was a harrowing about 2.5 months. We didn't know if she'd wake up or not. She did, but even then, she had a lot of agitation, just a lot of repetitive words, just not really coherent. So those are many of the things that we were dealing with. She had a stomach tube, so at the time was not eating. Um, she also was unable to stand, even though she was very strong. Um, you know, she was bedridden. So just really a tough situation. She started to slowly improve, but I would say before coming in, some of the challenges included kind of ruminating on certain thoughts, ideas, not being able to focus on a task. That was very difficult for her. Um, um, while she I would say logical, kind of having logical sentences a little bit. Um, Again, not really being able to focus on kind of on standing. I know when the therapist tried to work with her initially, they couldn't get her to stand or even just focus on the task at hand. So just a lot of cognitive issues, memory, um, almost, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Memento, but kind of in that movie, just after a few minutes, just it's like the slate is wiped clean. So I saw a lot of that with her. So just a lot of impairments. Changes wise, night and day. My mother is able to focus, and I mean, really focus on the task. She talks a lot about her life, just her past, current things. She's able to remember things, and not just for a moment, but just for days, weeks. She's walking now, um, and even at times, a little bit unassisted. She's, I'll give you an example. The speech therapist had a task where it was like, okay, left, right, and they the person's supposed to read the directions and put either a date or their favorite color or things of that, and it has to be on the left or the right side. Mom was able to complete that task with minimal cues, which was something she was not able to do at all when she first arrived at the facility. She's more sociable. Um, you know, just having, lucid conversations in general. She's able to, as much as possible, advocate for herself. Um, and I mean, I'm able to have warm conversations with my mom. In many ways, I feel like I have my mom back. So, oh, it's been terrible. Just joking. No. Really, it's been wonderful. I remember meeting you, Victoria, and just our phone calls. You've been so warm. Just the whole team has been very welcoming. Um, and especially Dr. Cabela and Dr. Blake working with my mom. They've treated her with kindness, with respect, with decency. Um, they have been very transparent about not only just the task and which part of the brain they're trying to stimulate, but also just the fact that, the first thing they said is, hey, if we don't think this is going to help your mother, we'll let you know. So I've always appreciated that. But um, the entire team has been very welcoming, very supportive of my mom. I've appreciated how they've partnered with me in other ways to try to advocate for my mom. So it really has felt like a partnership and just supportive in a family. So I'm grateful for the entire team. I would say to anyone considering functional neurology, first and foremost, do your research. As with anything, just first investigate what functional neurology is, investigate and look at different, places that offer this service. But I would not, I would be open to the idea of seeking services and seeking functional neurology for your loved one. For me, I've noticed significant improvement with my mom, and I think this is a great option and opportunity to help your loved one or yourself if you've had any brain injuries or anything neurologically going on. I think it's a great option, so I wouldn't be afraid. Um, Nothing against traditional medicine. Obviously, my mom, sees traditional doctors, but I think it's wise to look at all options. And for me, this has been a great experience, and I think it is worth a shot. So definitely, I would encourage anyone to seek a functional neurologist, and I definitely would check out Precision Brain Center. Do you feel like they're helping? It's helping?
Yes, I do. I feel like I'm in a different place than I was. Thank you for doing your investigation, Jackie, and trying to find the best places to help me. Thank you so much, my dear. Well, I want to recover. I feel like I still have a long life and I want to be able to enjoy the remainder of it
And you will.
and make sense and do things.
Exactly.